Hi, everybody. It's Deanna Matrin,
And Andrew O'Connell.
and we are going to show you an easy way to cut down on paper and make academic approach more accessible by, in lieu of printing all these forms, creating a Google form. So we're going to make two videos. Step one is just showing you how to make the Google form in the correct format.
So where we started here, we logged in as our friend Gary Flagg right here. And we need to pull up some of the assessments.
So when we go to assessments, the first thing you have to do is you actually have to create an assessment. So we're going to go to pre-made assessments, and we are going to choose an assessment to assign to his students that are going to deal with history standards and history topics. So the first thing we're going to do is go to subjects, and we're going to click on reading and social studies. And we want to pick something pretty easy that we think might connect to Gary's class. So if I scroll down, I see all of these things. I see social studies, oil in America. That's actually difficult, but you know what? Let's challenge our students today. So we're going to do oil in America. So we're going to click on the blue where it actually says the name of the assignment, reading mastery, textual evidence, hard. And the first thing you're going to do is go to assign to students. Once you assign it to students, you are going to click on all of the required boxes. We're at Bloom Trail. We're going to do active students, and we are going to add students. Now, for the purposes of today, we are going to add just Gary's second hour. Generally, I'm going to add all of his students. So we see now all of the students in Gary's second hour have been uploaded. Now, Gary's second hour is relatively small. So we're going to make sure that these students have been added. They have been. Next step.
Just to point out, looking at the 10s and 9s, we'll have special instructions for those guys later.
And sometimes all of your 10s and 9s will be uploaded. Sometimes they won't. So if they are not on the list, we'll show you how to upload them. So now we're going to press assign.
Oop, that happens sometimes.
So the name here is too long. So all we have to do is go back to assignment name. We're going to take out the date, take out some extra stuff. Hopefully now it is good enough, short enough.
There we go.
And we've assigned it. So if we wanted to go old school, we could go here and print these bubble sheets, print blank, but really we'd want to print regular bubble sheets for all of these students. But if I do all of Gary's students, we're talking about well over 100 sheets of paper.
Every time you're going to do this.
So instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to download grading template. This grading template is going to be the format in which your Google form needs to look. So if you look, you actually have to do this from a PC, not a Chromebook, unfortunately, because you're going to need access to Microsoft Excel. So from Microsoft Excel, you see that it's formatted very specifically. The main things I'm going to need here are the student name exactly as it appears and these academic approach IDs. These academic approach IDs are not their regular ID numbers. They're not numbers that they're familiar with, but for academic approach to get the data, they need to be these numbers.
What some teachers have been doing is not only just passing them out, but having these posted at some convenient location in the room.
You could have the kids write it in their notebook. You could post this list to Google Classroom, but the kids need to know their academic approach ID number. So now that we have this, we're going to open up a Google form. So we'll show you how to do that.
Google form.
So with our Google form, we are going to be creating an assessment. So with this, you're going to go to Forms. And we're getting there. We're going to create a blank form to start. Once you've done this once, you can make a copy every single time. So Google form, we are going to label it the name of this test.
Which was Reading mastery textual evidence.
So we're just going to copy and paste that maybe so that it's in there. So we can't copy and paste it, but that's okay. So reading mastery, textual evidence. So maybe we'll do TE.
Here we go.
All right. Next, we're going to add the students' names. So we're going to create a checklist.
Drop down?
Drop down.
Drop down. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, we're going to go back into our sheets real quick just to make sure that that's exactly how it appears. So it actually says student. So we're going to copy that because we want to make sure whatever it says here is how it appears on our form.
It is very picky with formatting.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to copy and paste all of these names. You have to copy and paste them exactly. It needs the spaces, the commas, everything you see here has to be exact. So we're copying and pasting. You only have to do this one time. After you've done it once, we're going to make a copy of this form every single time. And we're not going to add every single kid right now. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to stop here. You guys get the hint. You're going to go in, copy and paste. So the next, we're going to add a question, and we're going to put in those academic approach ID numbers. So it says just ID. We're going to put that exactly as it appears. We're going to do another drop down, and we need to copy and paste these numbers in this order exactly as they appear. So we have, I believe, 4 students entered. So we're going to add the next 4 academic approach IDs. Okay. Now we're going to add 6 questions, I believe there are.
However many on the...
If we check the answer key, this is going to be important. So we're going to want to print this for ourselves, right? So we see the passage and then we see the answer key, but we're going to actually go back to academic approach and we see where it says answer key. And that's going to come up right here as a Google sheet. I'm sorry, an Excel sheet. So we know the answers are B, 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 D, B, A. So we're going to put those in.
So 6 questions.
Multiple choice. So we're going to just press add all, and it's going to add. Perfect. Add another question. Add all. And we're going to do this 6 times. And then we're going to have the students do this digitally. We're going to create a second video to show you how to upload this. But once you have them do the Google form, you can easily have your data on a Google Sheet. We're also going to put the answers in here so that it'll grade it for you. So you have all that data. So if you want to put that data on a CFAT, you can copy and paste it from a Google Sheet.
There we go.
So now we're going to go back and we're going to hit this wheel up here. And we are going to create this into a quiz. Make this a quiz. We are not going to immediately release the submission. Why? Because we're going to do later. So we don't want the answers out there. We are not going to have any of these. We don't want the respondents to see anything yet because we don't want them to share answers.
Obviously, we're going to go over it in class. Just we don't want to protect the answer key.
So now we're going to go through and we're going to put in the answers.
Which were?
The first one is B.
B, 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 D, B, A. B.
So we want to answer key, make it worth 1 point.
B.
We want to make it worth 1 point, so we got to go back up.
Oh, there we go.
And we're going to do this for every single one.
We are about out of time on this one, but we'll pick up